Boop. Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, January the 26th, 2021, and today's daily Bible readings come to us from Psalm 46, Genesis 45, 25 through 46, 7, and then Acts 5, 33 through 42, and we're going to be looking at Genesis 45 through 46 today, talking about getting on the road again, and not the song that Willie Nelson does. So anyway, in this story, we've got the story of Joseph has come to its fruition, right? The plan that God had for Joseph and the plan that God had for Israel through Joseph has all come to a head now, and Jacob has pulled up all his stakes and is on his way to Egypt to see this son who he thought was dead. And it's interesting to me because I bet at this point in his life, Jacob thought his wanderings were over. He had wandered a lot in his life. I mean, his whole family were wanderers. That's just kind of how they made their living. But he had wandered a lot, and not for good reasons. Remember, he had to flee his home because he had really made his brother very, very angry at him to the point where he was in fear of his life. And then he had to flee again, had to flee his father-in-law to get out from his father-in-law's oppressive thumb. And had to flee in panic and fear and running from him, but then running towards his brother who he thought may, for good reasons, still want to kill him. So he had done a lot of wandering and a lot of running in his life. This is kind of the guy he was. But now it's different though. He's running now with expectations, but still apparently some fear and trembling towards this unknown, because he's going to see if indeed what his sons are telling him is true, that his son Joseph is still alive. But you got to think about it. He may not have good reason to trust them either, because part of the story is that oh yeah, I remember that bloody, coat that we gave you that was his. We told you lions had torn apart. Not so much. We actually threw him in a pit and then sold him to slave people. And then, we just killed an animal and put the blood on there and told you it was his blood. So he probably doesn't know what to think. But once again, it's interesting. In those times when he was running, right? Running from his brother, running from his father-in-law towards his brother, God always came to him in those journeys. God came to him and spoke to him, gave him good words, struggled with him. And now, once again, Jacob on this last journey, God comes to him in the journey and comes to him, telling him to take courage, telling him not to be afraid, and revealing to him this father, the role that his son that he hadn't seen, the son whom he thought was dead, was going to play and had been playing in the salvation of Israel. So that's a pretty cool thing that God takes time to come to this guy in the midst of the journey. And whether or not he's, fleeing for bad reasons or running for good reasons, God takes time and comes to him in the journey. So my question for you is, what's the journey you're on? And is God trying to speak to you in the midst of that journey? Is he coming to you, trying to encourage you along the way? So anyway, that's the DBR for today. We'll be back for tomorrow, which is Wednesday, let's say today is the 26th, tomorrow is the 27th. We'll be back tomorrow with another DBR. You get out, have a good day. Boop.